was a dark and stormy night. Rain lashed against the windows and thunder shook the house. Mart was tucked up in bed, but he couldn't sleep with all that noise. Just as he was drifting off, he heard it, a strange humming sound coming from the backyard. He got up and went to investigate. As he pushed open the back door, the wind snatched it out of his hands and sent it flying. He gasped. There in the downpour was a shimmering, glowing elevator. It was huge, taller than the house, and it hummed like a giant beehive. And then he saw the sign, "To the moon and back." So this is what the mysterious noise was. But why was an elevator going up to the moon in the middle of the night? And where did it go during the day? Was it some kind of magical portal? Was this even real or just a dream? He didn't know, but he had to find out. He raced downstairs and woke up his two best friends, Max and Omar. "Quick, come see something amazing," he said, barely able to contain his excitement. They all piled into the elevator and shot up into the clouds. The rain stopped and the clouds parted, revealing a huge, bright moon hanging in the inky sky. A gigantic mouse wearing a mining hat waved from the surface. "Welcome to the moon," squeaked the mouse. "I'm here to take you on a tour of our cheese mine." The elevator landed and the three friends stepped out onto the soft, powdery surface. They were on a huge asteroid made entirely of cheese. Huge caverns gapped open, revealing rooms full of cheese. There were wheels of cheese, mountains of cheese, rivers of cheese. And everywhere Mart looked, there were moon mice. Some were driving carts piled high with cheese. Others were skiing down cheese slopes or sledding down cheese hills. Many were busy with drills and picks, carving out new paths through the cheesy terrain. "Wow," breathed Mart. "This place is incredible." The moon mice were tiny, no bigger than field mice, but their whiskers quivered with excitement as they bustled about their work. The guide moon mouse led them deeper into the mine. "All the cheese here is made from the milk of the stars," he explained. "It's a special treat for us moon mice who live on the moon." But then something strange happened. The ground beneath their feet began to shake and the walls rumbled. "What's happening?" squeaked Omar. The moon mouse guide trembled. "It's the gravity," he cried. "It's changing. We have to get back to the elevator before it's too late." Suddenly, a huge chunk of cheese fell from above, blocking their way. Gravity was indeed changing. The cheese mine was collapsing. They raced to the elevator, but it was shaking so violently they could barely stand up. Just as they reached it, a shower of sparks erupted and the doors slid shut. They were trapped. "What are we gonna do?" cried Mart. "We can't stay here. The moon isn't real. It's just a giant ball of cheese. And if this thing collapses, we'll be trapped forever," yelled Max. Then Omar had an idea. "Quick, we need to make the elevator go down," he said. And the only way they could do that was to knock out the power. But where was the control panel? Mart looked around frantically and spotted a small opening near the top of the elevator. "I'll go check it out," he said, scrambling up a ladder. Meanwhile, the others tried to pry open the elevator doors, but they were no use. They were locked. Mart reached the top and found a control panel with a big red button on it. He didn't hesitate. This was their only chance. He pressed the button, plunging the elevator into darkness. They were plunged into total darkness. The rumbling and shaking stopped. Had it worked? Taking a deep breath, Mart climbed back down the ladder and they all started to pry at the doors again. Slowly, the doors slid open. They stumbled out onto the soft grass of Mart's backyard. They had made it just in time. The sun was beginning to rise. As they stood there catching their breath, Omar turned to Mart. "You know," he said, "that was the most amazing adventure ever. I wish we could go back." But as they watched, the elevator began to glow again, shooting up into the sky. The moon mice had returned to work, but this time, it wasn't for them. This was a secret only for moon mice. And now it was time to wake up the humans. After a night of cheese, adventure and peril, they had a lot of explaining to do. As the first rays of sunlight touched the grass, Mart, Max, and Omar raced inside, giggling all the way. Their night on the moon was a secret they would keep forever. Or maybe they would tell their best friends. Maybe they would tell their families. Maybe they would tell the whole world. The possibilities were endless. After all, who wouldn't believe a tale of a cheese moon and magical mice?